behind, we have the Backlot Cafe, where you can occasionally spot a celebrity having breakfast or lunch. Most of the film and TV stars who work here, though, eat at the commissary up near the main gate of the studio, but you do spot them here from time to time. Backlot Cafe on the right. We saw Kevin Bacon here recently in the studio. More TV stages over here on the right side of the tram, where shows like Guys with Kids films. Matthew Perry's new show called Go On films this on our front lot. So is the Fox series, The Mindy Project, as well as Parenthood on NBC on Tuesday nights. Universal is part of NBC Universal, one of the world's largest entertainment companies. This media powerhouse not only consists of Universal Studios, but also some of your favorite TV networks like NBC, E, Sci-Fi, USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, NBC Sports. The bungalows on your left are production offices for writers, directors, and producers who currently have a development deal with the studio. But years ago, these were dressing rooms for some of Hollywood's biggest stars, like Rock Hudson, Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant, Paul Newman, Robert Redford, Lana Turner, James Garner, Lucille Ball, Charles Heston, just to name a few. Today, the permanent dressing room is pretty much a thing of the past. Now, stars have big motorhomes they park outside the stages, and they can also take out on locations with them. Very shortly down here on the left, in front of the Hasbro production office, you'll see Mr. Potato Head. They are making movies out of some of the Hasbro board games and toys, Battleship being their most recent film. Mr. Potato Head coming up on the left. And next door to that, we have Bungalow 5195. Years ago, that was the office of the master of terror and suspense, Alfred Hitchcock.
Lou said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a shrine, a museum. Very exciting, just to know that he was there and walk by and know he was in that office. Hitchcock has influenced every director. I saw Hitchcock once walking around the commissary. Hitchcock had his bungalow on the lawn. I used to go see Alfred Hitchcock.
I loved working with him. I highly respect him.
It's a little more exciting. But some of you might be thinking, how could it be more exciting than it is already? Well, trust me, it will be. Out here in the old backlot, the world is just around the corner. We shoot the big stuff out here. Exterior scenes on a very large scale. Very shortly over here on the right, you'll get your first glimpse of our Metropolitan Street sets. These sets cover 10 square blocks. They're not real buildings, they're just facades. A facade is basically just the front and sides of a building with no interior. We only build what the camera will actually see. Stones and bricks appear to be real. They're just sheets of fiberglass and foam rubber. We reuse the same sets over and over again, changing their appearance each time, so hopefully you won't notice the difference from one production to the next. Lady Gaga's been here twice in the last 2 years doing music videos. On the right, Brownstone Street. In the film Bruce Almighty, Jim Carrey lived on that street.
Grace the dog!
I'm in the shower!
Kitty! Like that! Outside clip! Like that! Outside clip!
Incredibile, ragazzi, stiamo vedendo la scena del film, però qua, vedete?
Oh, you're done now. Great. Now we're coming into Courthouse Square, better known in recent years as Hill Valley, California, from the first two Back to the Future films. We'll be stopping here momentarily. On the right, you'll see the courthouse where Doc Brown, played by Christopher Lloyd, harnessed the lightning bolt to send Marty McFly back in the future. If you look at the courthouse, you might be thinking it looks different than it did in the Back to the Future films, and you're right. Because a while back, this is the town of Grandview on the series Ghost Whisperer with Jennifer Love Hewitt, and they sort of altered the appearance of the courthouse. Look at your monitors, and here's how it did appear quite a few films down through the years. Okay, that's how the courthouse looked in the first Back to the Future film. And two, it's just a facade. Been here since 1948. While back, a new version of Rascals is filming here. Parenthood films here on a regular basis. Question quite often is, how can you film on these outdoor sets and these trams are always driving through? Quite simple. On days when they are filming on a particular set, the trams don't go through. They have to reroute us. There are different routes that we can take. We work around the filming. They do not work around the tour. Ahead of us here on the left, you'll see a rather strange looking round contraption. This is our underwater tank. We fill it with water, actors go up, jump in, the camera and the crew stay outside while I shoot in the windows. Underwater tank coming up on the left side. And now if you look back to the right, you'll see one end of our New York Street, complete with Broadway theaters, a Macy's department store. So we brought 34th Street to Southern California. On York Street was seen recently in the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, the latest Spider-Man movie. Some recent TV shows to film there. NCIS with Mark Harmon, How I Met Your Mother, Criminal Minds with Thomas Gibson. Now next week sometime, a major motion picture is going to be filming back there. They're pressing the sets for that shoot, so that's all closed off the tour right now for that upcoming movie. And ahead of us here, you'll see a little bit of London Square. The nice things about a studio backlot, you can be in New York one moment, come around the corner, and you're in London. Now the only thing filming on the backlot right now, guys, is the Hallmark channels. Already giving a tour and a working movie and television studio. Comes up in about another maybe 10 or 15 minutes. These are all portable wardrobe, dressing room and makeup trailers over here on the right for the upcoming movie that's going to be filming here in the next few weeks. It's a Paramount movie, but they're renting this part of our backlot. I mean, a while ago, the bricks are just sheets of fiberglass and foam rubber. When they put it up there on the wall initially, they're just kind of a neutral shade of gray. Then our scenic artists come in, paint them, detail, and they look like real bricks. These are Captain America, the first Avenger, with Chris Evans were shot over here. As we head up the hill, on the right, you'll see our combination Soho Greenwich Village area. Last week, for 3 days, a Tropicana orange juice commercial was filming right there.
Dobbiamo chiamare qualcuno di questi per fare un
Right now we're heading up to Skull Island, home of King Kong. Here to tell more about that is the film's director, Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and sweep you up in adventure. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters, creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
Welcome to Skull Island.
It's a tale. It's lived here for hundreds of years. I'm so sure.
Ah? Che è?
Prendi la barra.
La barra perché si muove, no?
Okay, glasses on everybody. We're back in Skull Island.
Mamma mia. Volevo cambiare le donne.
L'ho fatto per dopo 40 anni.
Oh oh, si è fermato. Wow, che figata! Wow, che figata! Ah, pure là! Wow, che figata!
Rien vu.
Mamma mia! Mamma mia! Oh!
Torniamo più.
Mamma mia! Ma che figata! Mamma mia! Mamma mia!
360 3D, the world's largest, most intense 3D experience. Hope it was worth the wait.
Che figata, ragazzi. Comunque